I'm the Vice Chair of Kenya Association of Manufacturers and also CEO of Capital Industries, which is in the food and beverage sector.
So Mushai Konyiha, Chairman of KEM.
You are an entrepreneur outside of being in CAM. How has the journey been for you amid COVID-19?
I would put it two ways. One, yes, a lot of surprises, a lot of challenges, I would say, in terms of not knowing uncertainties of what would be coming through in the future. But at the same time, it has also given me the strength and the resilience to try and ensure that I have to think through this kind of scenarios and see and analyze the scenarios in a more objective way, and see how we can actually come through this and with what possible outcomes. So it gives you the discipline of being a little bit more objective in your thinking.
How has business been for you amid the COVID-19 pandemic?
It started off well because of the panic buying, because of the sector I'm in, but eventually it kind of, I would not quite say fall off a cliff, but it drastically reduced. We're just coming back up in terms of demand, but nowhere near what was there even as far as last year is concerned. So businesses are down, but we are positive that things will improve. Being empathetic, I think, has been the biggest lesson. This is a very unusual scenario which came. Being empathetic to your employees, to all your stakeholders, whether it's to your customers, whether it's to your suppliers, to your employees. Empathy is what seems to be playing a very major role, and why I say so is that these are times when everyone is confused as to what their future holds, what their livelihood holds. This is a time when we have to, as industry, show leadership and try and show up and be able to be there and be a shoulder for them.
How have you dealt with some of the challenges that have come your way?
The one big one is quality and consistency, because value is in quality and consistency. So, like making a good egg, I like to tell my kids as well, it's easy for me to make one good egg. But if you're a chef in a hotel, every egg must be the same. And every day, all eggs must be the same. So one of the big challenges in manufacturing is adding that quality aspect into your system. Because it's all right if I can make one good shirt, one good design, but one is never going to help you. You're going to have to keep doing it consistently and repeatedly.
What would you say has been the biggest challenge COVID-19 has posed to your business?
The biggest challenge I would probably say is the security, the sense of security. It's now, you can't take anything for granted, whether it's your markets, whether it's the health of your employees. This is one big learning lesson we have had, and I think this will be a lesson for which will change the norm with how we interact with our consumers as well as with our employees.
So, how has the future plan of your business changed, bearing in mind this pandemic?
It's changed in the way that we know that we have to become more efficient. We have to also kind of embrace technology. I mean, if I give you some very simple examples. Right now, we hold our meetings, whether it's the sales meetings or whether it's our internal meetings, we hold them virtually, and it means that you don't necessarily have to travel for meetings. Also, it's also forced us to start thinking how we can become more efficient, how to reduce our costs, and how to become more effective in terms of use of our time.
So some of the opportunities post-COVID, I think, is obviously there are supply chains that have been affected. We've seen PPEs, for instance, face masks. We've even seen people being able to make ventilators and maybe ventilator parts that can be made locally. So there's a lot of things that we were not able to import because they are restricted in their countries. There's been some growth in the pharmaceutical sectors as well. So there have been a lot of opportunities. Beyond the actual manufacturing, in logistics, home deliveries, digital, there is quite a lot of opportunities that are coming up.
Finally, there's that graduate out there that has just finished school, wants to get into manufacturing, but doesn't know where to start. What would your advice to them be?
It's a mindset that manufacturing is no difficult thing. The only thing I would say is that you take in steps, in small steps, you learn as you go along. If you make mistakes, you don't kind of give up. you continue. You will face many challenges, whether it's internally, whether it's with your finances, whether it's with the market, how you're getting your market, but do not. Be persevere and continue. And keep on learning from those mistakes, evolve, change your way of doing things, and believe me, over time, you will succeed.
There are so many opportunities. I think usually what we tell people in terms of investment is look at where there is not much competition. Where are the opportunities that people are not seeing yet? Or, in fact, a lot of the times, one key factor somebody gave me is, you think about the one thing you would want to get. Maybe I want flowers in a certain way, but I can't get them. You think about that. There's probably somebody else who's thinking about the same thing. Maybe you want your food made in a particular way or ground in a particular way. That's an opportunity for you again. So think about the needs that could be out there in the market and think about what are some of the solutions that could be made for that. There's a simple question. What is there that I would want that isn't there?
Your parting shot to that person who's probably in the manufacturing sector and doesn't think they'll survive this COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah. No, we can all survive. I think survival begins with your state of mind. Is to understand that no matter how bad things are, there is a way out. And if you spend enough time not panicking, not worrying about all the things that are going wrong, it's just looking for the opportunities. Because like they say, sometimes when a door closes, there's a window that is opening up somewhere else. So it's being able to sit down, look back and analyze critically what is going to happen, or where you see the opportunities coming up. And seeing opportunity is usually from the problem itself. The opportunity, as somebody said, sometimes comes cleverly disguised as a problem. But solving that problem is what is going to give you the opportunity that drives you into the future.